Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Love Lost series with Linda K. How are you? No, like seriously, how are you? I just want to first of all extend my sincere condolences to everyone that has lost a loved one this past week. I'm thinking especially of my friends, Daisy and Terrence, who just this week lost their mother. I can only imagine how devastating this is for them. And thankfully, they're Christians, and so I am hoping and I know that they're holding on to their faith for some courage, for some strength to be able to bear this loss. Our thoughts and prayers are with you and your family during this really difficult time, and to anybody else who was either very recently, maybe this week, maybe this morning, found out about the loss of a loved one. I just want to say my sincere condolences go out to you. Here at the Love Lost series, we talk about all things grief. And if this is your first time watching one of our videos, thank you so much for tuning in. Please go back and watch our other videos, because I can guarantee to you that you will be encouraged by a thing or two. And to my returning subscribers, oh my goodness, my super fans, oh my goodness, thank you for journeying with me. Thank you for coming with me on this really difficult journey. It's so courageous of you to stand with me. We're going 13 episodes strong, and that says something. That's because you keep tuning in, and that's because you keep encouraging me. So thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you, your likes, your comments, your sharing, your private messages. All of those I don't take for granted. I appreciate it very much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hopefully we can start to normalize the pain that comes with grief, the longevity of the pain that comes with grief, because I think everybody just wants to move on so fast, but we're trying to hold hands and move forward. So thank you so much. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe. Today I want us to look at those things that we've talked about how we are affected, those of us that are left behind and have lost loved ones. We've talked about that. We'll continue to talk about that, but today I wanted us to take another dimension. I wanted us to look at us who are still here, who still have another chance to make a difference, who still have another chance to write a paragraph, a line, change the direction that our lives are going, to make our tribute more interesting for people to read. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the quality of life that we live. What are you going to be remembered for? Take a minute and think about it. What are we going to be remembered for? One thing is sure, that we're all going to leave here. We're all going to exit this world one day. We don't know the other. We don't know. And if experience has taught us anything, is that there's no formula. There's no other. You're young, you're old, you're rich, you're poor, you're fat, you're thin, you're healthy, you're unhealthy. Surely you will exit this world. That's the one thing that we know for sure. Now let's look about what are we going to do so that when we do go and our families have to endure all this pain and have to rely on the memories to sustain them, what are we going to do consciously to make sure that we live a quality of life that's not embarrassing to the people that are left? There is a saying that people use very often, and I quite like it, and I think it relates to our video today. Tomorrow is the first day of the rest of your life. Tomorrow is the first day of the rest of your life. So it's a good time. It's a good time to start the new chapter. It's a good time to turn it around. It's a good time to consciously live. Life is for the living. Are we judging people? Are we creating environments where people are not able to live and be their authentic self? Are we contributing? Are we a part of a culture that just judges people and intimidate people? Are we there yet? Are we that kind of people? And I'm not also going to say that it's okay for you to do whatever you're doing because you feel like somebody is bullying you. No. That's not what I'm talking about. We should try consciously every day to make sure that as we live this life, as we're living on this earth, What are we going to be remembered for? Are we doing something consciously every day so that when we're not here anymore, they can use that? Or do we want to embarrass our family members to have to lie or just give a generic tribute because we really didn't leave any legacy, we really didn't leave any fingerprints, we really didn't do anything that impacted anybody else? Let's start to think about that. What is the quality of life that you're living? What can you do today? What can you start to do tomorrow that will be a beginning of a new journey? I'm not an ordained pastor by any means. I'm not a priest, and I'm not trying to be religious or Christian or over Christian. I just want you, whatever it is that you believe in, at least we agree that you're going to die someday. What do you want people to remember you for? I want to put the responsibility in your hands. What are you doing today consciously so that when you're not here tomorrow and your family has to deal with your loss, what are they able to be consoled by? Are you living a life that is going to be consoling for them? Are you living a mark so that they can be proud of? Are you changing lives today so that when you're not here, 25, 30, 40, 55, 60 years after you're not here, people remember you. You're not forgotten. It's guaranteed, or it's almost certain that your immediate family will never forget you. You're part of a unit. And so if you're not there, they're going to remember you. What I want us to think about in depth is how our living today is impacting others that are not in our family unit. Our living today. Are we consciously making sure that, what are people saying about you is what I'm trying to say. We can pretend that we don't know what people are saying about us, but I think we know deep down, if you do a reflection, you will be able to tell what people are saying about you. Now, don't get me wrong. People will say all kinds of nonsense about you. People will say all kinds of lies about you. But what I'm talking about here is something more deeper. How are you contributing in all the lies that people say about you, in all the make-up stories that people say about you? Is there an element of truth? Think about it consciously. Do I need to change something? You don't necessarily need to change your circle of friends because you're just going to carry that attitude, that energy to the next circle of friends. So it's not about recycling friends because your goals do not align or your vision do not align. That's okay too, and that's a topic for some other speaker in another day. But I'm more focused about the quality of life. Like when you're not here today, I was recently attending a funeral. In the words of encouragement by one of the family members, the lady said something that really resonated with me. And she said that her husband had died. It's been 31 or so years ago, but she still feels the impact of the quality of life that he led today. It made a lot of sense to me, and it brought all this conversation that we're having right now. And I want you to have it with your friends. I want you to have it with yourselves. Is what are we doing today? Are people going to remember me? So when you bow out and you go, are people going to remember you 5 years later? And if they do remember you, is it for a good thing? Are they honoring your family members that are left behind because of the quality of life? So you can tell the quality of life of a good person. And when I say good person, I use it very loosely. I'm not saying good person because they did a lot of charity. I'm talking about a good person at heart, because most people don't do charity just to be good, just because they have a good heart. They may be doing it for the taxes. They may be doing it for the fame. They may be doing it for the attention. I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm just saying that when I say good, I don't want you to categorize it as, okay, you need to start doing. You may not have a penny, but you're a good person. Be a good person at heart. When you bow down from here, even if you have not been financially able to support somebody, you may have said something, it may have been an action or inaction. Your kindness, the energy that the person felt in your presence, that wanted them to change their lives. What am I saying? I am just saying that today, The Love Thought series wants you to look, and including myself, I encourage you and all my fans and myself to look down, deep down. Are we a good person? Do we create opportunities for growth? And when I say that, I don't mean open up a company. I'm saying, do you create the kind of energy that somebody is able to come speak to you about the opportunity for growth so that you can encourage them? As little as that. Because that conversation you may be having with somebody who is about to start a business, you may say something that impacts their business positively for the rest of their life, that makes it grow. You didn't give them money, but you shared something. You taught them something that they didn't know. So I don't want to make it about finances. I don't want to make it about wealth. I don't even want to make it about education, because I do have people in my family that are not educated. I remember very vividly, one of I think she's my great grandmother or my grandmother's elder sister, but she was so smart. And there's a lot of things that she said to me throughout my life that I keep thinking about it. And I grow, and forget my relatives. You know people that may not be educated, but they are very wise. They wish you well. They exert energy that just sitting in their presence, you grow. You grow mentally so that you can use it to improve your life in other aspects of life. So are you that person? Do you strive to be that person? Or do you thrive to be the person that will constantly recycle friends and not even looking into themselves to seeing how they're contributing? They're only seeing everything else that everybody has lied about them. They're seeing everything else that everybody has said about them that was untrue, but not doing a deep recollection of, where am I now? How did I get here? What can I do? How can I live consciously to make a difference in the people that live around me? And this extends even to your job. Do you constantly have to switch jobs? Are you a problem? Are people able to work with you? Are people just enduring your presence? Or do they enjoy your company professionally or otherwise? What seeds are you throwing? What do you do that will leave an impact when you're no longer here? If you're no longer here, are people going to miss you? Or are they just going to miss the fact that they may not ever see you and then quickly move forward? Or are people's lives going to be impacted? 5-10 years down the road, the people that you work with, could they be able to say, oh, I remember so-and-so for so-and-so thing that they did to me? You fill in the blanks. That's what I wanted. I want to encourage somebody today by saying that, yes, you may be mourning. Yes, you may have lost a loved one, but it is sad. Be encouraged. Live with the memories. Let the memories of the person that you had, whatever relationship that you had with them, let it empower you. Let it encourage you. But I also want us to consciously start thinking about how our lives today, our actions or inactions today, affect our quality of life. What are people going to say about us when we're no longer here? What do people say about us when we leave the room? Consciously think about it. There's a Latin saying, vox populi, vox Dei. The voice of the people is the voice of God. If people are saying something about you, it's probably time for you to reflect. How am I contributing? How is it that they can identify me with this? And what can I do to change it? Or maybe you don't need to change it. Maybe you're doing wonderfully fantastic. Maybe you're excelling in every part of your life. You're keeping super duper good relationships. Maybe you're doing all these things. Maybe you're high energy. You're perfect in your head. You're perfect. That's fine. You don't have to change. But I wanted to have this conversation just so that we start thinking, what are people going to say about us when we're no longer here? Can you imagine? Would you like to hear that about you today when you're alive? Because if you don't want to hear about this today when you're alive, then you want to change. Then today is your opportunity to start to change it, because you may not have opportunity to contribute to what people are going to say about you. You can write your tribute to yourself, or write your biography, or write whatever you want to write about you for people to put out when you're not here. But you left a taste in people's mouths. And so that's what they're going to read that, but everybody has a taste in their mouth. Like, this person made me taste salt, and this is I don't care what you guys say, how sugary it is over there. I taste salt because this is my experience with this person. To my fellow viewers, thank you so much for watching. This is just a reflection video. I'm not teaching anything. I'm just calling on all of us, including myself, to start evaluating what it is that we can consciously do today to change our story, to add a paragraph, a positive impact when we're no longer here. What do we start to do? We need to start living consciously. We cannot continue to be reckless. We cannot allow for when we're not here for the people that are left behind to be so embarrassed or to be pointing fingers. I remember so vividly, like I know that I've seen people point fingers at people long after they're gone. Like, that is that lady whose son did so and so, fill in the blanks. The son may have died over 5 years ago, but they're still pointing at the mother. Or the mother or father may have died 10 years ago, but they're still pointing at the kids. That's how they describe them. It's like, so and so, past so and so who did so and so. That is their child. Do you want to be that person? Is that what you want to do to your relatives that are left behind? Let's consciously think about it. Let's leave positive strides. It's already hard enough when we're not going to be here for the people that are left behind, but we don't also want to label them because of our actions or inactions, intentional or otherwise. Let us live consciously. I call upon us all today. For God to strengthen, first of all, I just want to employ and I send my prayers, my thoughts and prayers to everyone that's missing a loved one, anyone that's missing a family member who's gone before them. Be encouraged. Do something to memorialize them. Embrace your grief journey. Stand tall. Don't be shy. Don't feel like you have to be strong. If those emotions are coming, please let them out. Find somebody to talk to. Just be encouraged. Just be encouraged. The Love Lost series just wants to hug you tight. We're sending air hugs to everyone. And thank you so much for watching this video. I'm going to end here until our next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Please continue to like, share, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, girl, come on. Guy, brother, sister, mother, father, please do me a solid and hit on that subscribe button. That's how I grow. That's how I get more wisdom to keep doing this. I know that most of you are telling me how much you're benefiting from this, but it's very encouraging when you do subscribe. And until our next episode, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.